What choice should I make?
What do I do?
I'm lost.
We enter high school not knowing what to do about our future. And we are expected to know what to do and what career path to take. The future
Scares us.
Worries us.
confuses us. And ultimately, we're lost. And we need a guidance.
Picture this.
A way to help students who are unsure about their future.
In our community, by students, for students.
We can make a difference.
We can open doors to new opportunities and experiences.
And allow younger students to explore the field of business. Students like us. My name is Louis.
My name is Jenny.
My name is Janet.
And my name is Susie. And we
we
are
Picture This,
a business brought to you by Sage Agincourt.
It is a student-run mentorship program, and our journey begins with fundraising for our program. So, however, we did have to overcome an obstacle during this year because our school has a restriction where we can only sell a product for 2 weeks. So this is why we had to sell a majority of different variety of products throughout the year, and this caused high startup costs.
So the first product we promoted in the year was photo cards. We had a competition where we had students select the picture of their favorite teacher. We posted these photos on Facebook to promote our product, and we received over 140 likes on our page.
We also funded for our mentorship program through other means as well. For instance, at the start of the year, we sold agenda rulers, and during the end of the year, we also sold milk tea.
We also participated in Pink Day, which is to raise awareness for the LGBTQ community. We sold Pink Day bracelets, which were handmade from upcycling t-shirts. And all these proceeds went to the LGBTQ Youth Helpline.
Our final fundraising event was our staff breakfast. We wanted to show our appreciation for the staff and teachers at our school, and who are also our mentors. After reaching out to community sponsors in our community, we received $300 in sponsorships.
So through our fundraising, we made a total profit of $446.83. And with these funds, we managed to start up our mentorship program.
So our first mentorship program was implemented at a middle school called Sir Alexander Mackenzie Senior Public School. So after we discussed with the principal about our ideas, what we did was we ran a 5-week program with 25 student leaders.
And what we did is we entered the classroom with a challenge to the students. We told them to brainstorm what product that would be highly demanded by their peers. And what we did is that we assigned them to teams, as well as also assigned them a mentor for each team to ease their way through this task.
We had them share PowerPoint ideas with us, and we also set a criteria that consists of feasibility, branding, marketing, and SWOT analysis in order to guide them through their pitching competition that will happen in the following week.
So in that following week, all the teams showcased their hard work by pitching to our members. We were amazed by the variety of ideas that they suggested. They suggested sweets, hand warmers, stuffed animals, and buttons. The winning team was a group called Button Up, who suggested to sell buttons after school. Buttons were the most feasible and popular idea since we had all the necessary materials already available to us.
So during the 3rd week, what we did was we put all the students into 3 main groups, which was marketing, sales, and finance, because we wanted them to figure out all the logistics of how they were going to work their business. And so for the marketing team, what they did was they publicized about their products, buttons, through social media as well as inside the school by putting up posters and banners. And what they were also in charge of was giving out button templates to the students in their own classes.
The sales team also were in charge of creating the sales schedule, and they also were in charge of making sure all the materials on the day of sales were ready.
For finance, they kept track of their financial transactions by creating spreadsheets to track the amount of buttons that they sold and the amount of revenue made.
So they carried out their business for 1 week in their school cafeteria. Button Up managed to sell approximately 200 buttons and got a profit of over $300. It caught the attention of a social enterprise after school, Me to We, who who decided to purchase 100 buttons at the price of $1 each.
So after all the sales ended, we negotiated the profits sharing and everything. And what we did was each group got 50% of the profits. So Sam decided to donate their portion of the profit over to a charity called Covenant House. And we decided to donate our portion of the profits over to CICS, which stands for Center for Immigrant and Community Services, which is basically a nearby community center near our high school.
And from this, there was also a news article that was wrote about us to recognize us for this program. As well, we are also decided to expand our program from how successful this was to one of our middle schools called Henry Kelsey Senior Public School. And what we did is that we mentored 30 of their student leaders in creating a little venture called Book Swap. And what they did is that they sold used books and they used the profits as well as the remaining books to charity.
Ideas from the minds of 30 student leaders bounced off the room under the guidance of our execs, and we helped guided them to figure out how to entice their classmates in order to donate more books towards their book swap.
After our mentorship programs, we decided to donate the majority of our funds to a nonprofit organization in our community called the Center for Immigrant and Community Services, also known as CICS. They were interested in taking our student leaders to help them improve their programs as well as let their youth explore the world of business.
Our first task when working with CICS was to mentor a group of their youth leadership students, where we had them plan an eco-event where they had to use old products and materials to create new innovative products out of them. And our goal for this was to celebrate Earth Day because of recycling, and also because we wanted to raise awareness about CICS.
And from this program, we discovered that they had a garden that was damaged after the harsh and long winters. And what we decided to do is we wanted to fund for their garden. So we decided to fund for their transformation garden project. We invested in soil and 6 berry bushes to bring back the CICS garden back to life. And because it only takes 1 seed to create a garden.
Take 1 seed, like you cut open a tomato, right? And one of those seeds grows 1 plant, which can grow maybe 40 other tomatoes. It was when we put it together and realized that that 1 seed had so much life in it. And I can see that they're learning and they're so affected by the idea that life is precious.
This symbolizes the seed of growth that we sow in the youth of our community. And despite the high cost that we have had in the beginning of our year, we ended up being successful as we gained a profit of $553.48.
We also talked to the principal of Sir Alexander Mackenzie Senior Public School, as well as the student leaders who participated in our program. And we asked them, how do you feel about mentorship?
Well, I think it's really important that students have the opportunity to have leadership experiences with older students, but it also allows them to decide whether it's a pathway that they want to embark on.
How has our mentorship impacted you and your students?
From my perspective, it's great for the school because of the experiences they've had. Maybe in grade 9 or grade 10, they can come back and do similar projects with the students to model leadership and marketing and ideas and stuff.
Any last comments?
I just really appreciate the enthusiasm of the business club for participating in this activity with our kids and giving them the opportunity to show their leadership in a different way. I think that was a lot of fun for them, challenging, but also they took ownership of it, which was a great experience.
What did you learn from this experience?
What kind of thing? broadens my understanding of like what different careers there are out in the world. It gives me more consideration for the business world because before I probably wouldn't know how any of this would work.
We learned how to cooperate as a team with the finance and aerospace and we also learned like even though like we were working together, we were separated, but that's the competition. So like you get more ideas and more development.
Did you enjoy our program?
And it was fun learning about like different aspects.
But it was fun. I liked the budget.
The business is something I was looking forward to.
So this journey isn't over yet. What we plan to do is that we plan to have our juniors strive up from these positions and go for higher positions. As well, we fostered these relationships that will allow us to maintain our program as well as open and explore for new opportunities.
As you can see, our mentorship program works. We have impacted 550 students who then in turn impacted over 1,000 people through our mentorship program.
This year, we
Impacted over 550 people, students, and administration staff.
Implemented 5 environmental initiatives.
Created 3 successful mentorship programs.
received over $300 from 6 different sponsors.
And brought our community, the Agincourt community, closer together. Now we can picture established relationships.
We can now sow the seeds into the minds of youth and allow them to impact more.
We can now picture a helping hand.
We can now picture a future full of guidance, help, and new opportunities.
And we can now picture